Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 27 of the Thunder Gals. I'm your Thunder
Meaning,
Auntie Brittany, Oklahoma Soda Gal here with you, along with my co-host Paula. How you doing, Paula?
I am doing so good, Brittany. I'm wondering how we're going to fill this time today. We have nothing to talk about this
No,
week.
nothing going on with the Thunder or the NBA or
Mm-mm.
anything. No.
No, I mean it's pretty quiet. I mean, it's
Real
playoffs, I've
quiet
heard.
times on NBA threads right now, right? Before
Man, this
before we get
series.
into it, I want to do this
Yeah.
early today. Smash that
Okay.
subscribe button, like,
Smash that button.
subscribe, tell your friends about us. I'll say it again at the end, but we need to keep saying it. Let's keep those numbers going up and building our fun little inclusive Thunder community.
And
Now,
thank everybody that when live chats get talked about or when people are coming in and looking for, Thunder content, thank everybody that does recommend the Thunder Gals to folks. It makes a huge difference and it's great to connect with new people and it means a lot to us that you guys feel like you can recommend us. So thank you, heart hands. I don't know how the other I don't know how the young ones do it anymore. So thank you guys.
something like that. I don't know.
Something,
Whatever.
whatever.
We're
You guys
old.
know what we mean.
We're your
Heart
thunder
hand.
aunties. Let us be. Anyway, boring week of playoff basketball. Wait,
Whoa.
it's not been boring at all.
No, I wanted a boring first series, an entirely healthy roster, a team that wasn't even going to make it into the playoffs, maybe. And I just thought that it would be a first round.
Unfortunately, that's not what we got.
No.
So, I guess we'll start with the bad news. J-Dub
Yes.
hurt his hamstring in game two on Wednesday night.
Now
Um,
let's be clear. This was his left hamstring.
yes.
Yes, I want to be very clear. He did not re-aggravate his right hamstring that gave him fits during the regular season, causing him to miss so many games.
Whole
This
new
was the
injury.
left.
But he was
But,
playing amazing before this
God,
happened.
I know.
What, he
Like,
had like
they never do
19 in the
that.
first half or something.
Career high in the first half,
Only missed one shot. He was just
right?
shooting it from three, driving to the basket, just whatever, you name it, he was doing it. And was just being a beast on defense, getting
He
in
was.
good defensive position and knocking the ball away before he made contact with the other players. Just the good, hard defense that the Thunder are known for playing.
The moral games that they play, the ethical
The
basketball they
ethical
play.
hoops. They
Ethical
play
hoops.
ethical hoops on the defensive end.
Man, and watching it happen, like he was full bore going down for it. And then you see that stutter step and you just catch your breath and you're like, oh, his hand's on his the back of his leg. No.
He just
And
landed kind of funny. I don't
mhm.
know what, like, he didn't land in stride. He kind of like landed on like a jump stop, and I think that's
Yeah, so
what
it
did it.
really stuttered, as you see my hands indicating stutter
Yeah.
step. And then he paused and then he turned and tried to jog a couple of steps like he was going back down for the next play, and he knew he wasn't running on it.
Now, the
So,
good news is because he immediately recognized I hurt my hamstring, he did
mhm,
not try to play any further on it.
correct.
And so we got some good news today, or
Hmm.
I guess yesterday, I think it technically hit, but grade one hamstring strain. So it's like a low end strain. Um, Timetable is week to week, but I've heard 1 to 2 weeks with this injury is fairly common. And actually, I was listening at lunchtime today to the guys on the Hoop Collective, Brian Windhorst and Tim McMahon from ESPN.
Hmm.
And McMahon comes up to Oklahoma City for all the playoff games. So he's like there in person for these games.
Yeah.
Um, they said they looked it up. The average time for return on a grade 1 hamstring is 12 days.
Okay.
So grade 1, 12 days. That would put J-Dub back in the middle of round two.
Which would be nice. However, me being the contrarian and the cautious person that I am, if it's not necessary for him to rush back, I would take 16 days. I would take 17. I don't want to say until May 20th, knock on every bit of wood, which is the calendar start date for the Western Conference Finals. I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm not getting out over my skis. I'm just saying I would like him to come back prior to that so that he can ramp up and be ready for that.
Yeah. Well, with the 12-day timetable, that's very possible.
Yeah.
And it's doable, it seems, to potentially have him back ramping up in time to be ready for May the 20th.
Now,
Um,
Coach Mark did say today that he was flying out to Phoenix with the team.
oh
So
yeah,
I
he's
don't take I don't take that as a sign they're looking to play him in the next week. I think it's bench activity, locker room, you know.
he's a guy you
I
want
there's no
around the
way
team.
There's no way J-Dub was gonna miss
He's not
any
gonna
of
hang
it.
out at home for the playoffs. No.
No, he'll rehab on the plane and the locker. I mean, like he's gonna rest. But it
Well,
impacts things. It
yeah,
impacts impression. It impacts people's gameplay and planning and scouting. And it gives Phoenix a little bit of a window,
it
potentially.
does. That game where we played mostly healthy against Phoenix and lost this season was in Phoenix with no J-Dub. It
Hmm.
was like a healthy Shea, healthy Chet, no J-Dub. We lost by one on a Devin Booker buzzer beater, basically, in that game. So, and you saw Phoenix make a bit of a comeback in the
Hmm.
fourth quarter the other night with no J-Dub around.
We got a little sloppy.
Yeah.
Not to diminish Phoenix because they did Devin Booker. I mean, not Devin Booker. Dylan Brooks. He was on it. He was playing aggressive. I mean, of course, the belly bump again. Uh-huh. That when Shea made that shot, it was cracking me up because there's angles to him pointing that look like he's telling him he's number one, and
Yeah.
that just cracks me up because I don't deliberately believe that Shea would do that.
I do.
I don't know. Shay and his image to a point, I
It's the
think would
way
be
he subtly did it that
right.
I,
Like it wasn't deliberate. Like he wasn't out there,
yeah,
and
he would
it
never
was
be in your face about it, but it was
no.
definitely a subtle hint.
Yeah. It was. And then, when Dylan belly bumped him down to the ground, like, come on. But it was so funny because, they have the history of playing on the Canadian national team together. So, I mean,
Yeah.
they're buddies anyway, as buddy as opponents can be.
They're friendly,
Yeah.
from what I gather from folks who cover the Canadian national team up close, like
Yeah.
they get along. They're not people that like hate each other but are able to be teammates. Like
Yeah.
they get along on the national team.
But he was Shay was talking about Lou and Dylan. It was like it's gonna get chippy when both of them are on the court. There's just
Uh,
no way around it.
they're all three teammates on the
Yeah,
Canadian national
exactly.
team.
And so
So
Shay was just like, okay, like he wasn't surprised.
it's like,
And
no, that's what I
so
expect out of these jokers.
pretty much, yeah. So, but I mean, they did. They came back. They had, a strong fourth. It just,
It was
Shay
partially because
start.
the Thunder were missing shots. Like Isaiah Joe was missing wide open threes that he normally makes.
Yeah.
Um, so
But Shay had gotten 37, which ended up being enough of a cushion that they couldn't overcome.
yeah,
Shay stepping up after J-Dub went out. AJ came in. AJ was doing
Ajay
doing great.
Mitchell played a really
Let's
heck of a
talk about
game.
that.
Well, and what was more impressive than his offense was his defense.
Yeah.
His footwork has gotten so much better. I was like, he's looking almost like last year's Case and Wallace out there on defense. Like that was pretty good.
A lot of people are saying that AJ's really turning into a sixth man.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's got some starts and, he'll probably have some. I think Queso will start over him most of the time for J-Dub, but, AJ, get him out there with iHeart and they can run some plays in the second team.
And AJ
Really.
did get votes for sixth man of the year, which was not an award that has a 65 game limit on it.
Yeah.
So his injury time, the it mainly hurt him in that he kind of fell out of the conversation because he missed that chunk in the mid-season as people were starting to make their awards lists, and he kind of fell
Mhm.
out of everybody's view, I think.
Right.
But he did come in like sixth out of the top 10 vote getters.
Listen, that the recognition at all for a guy that didn't even get 14 minutes a game, like what did he play? 14 games last year, and like his numbers were so low, and it was just I'm not saying he was most improved player because I think the person that won most improved player today absolutely deserved it. Shay's cousin out
Yes.
there on the Hawks, Nikhil
Yes.
Alexander Walker, who Shay called for him to win
He
most
did
improved
indeed.
player. So supporting the family. But I don't know. I think AJ just has really stepped up so much this year. And I'm just going to say it. I know we went through a lot of injuries this season. I know that, we've talked about it almost every single pod that playing these bench players, giving them these reps through all of these is going to be a silver lining in the playoffs. And it wasn't to jinx things, it wasn't anything. It literally prepared them for this type of situation that they're going to be facing now that J-Dub's going to be out.
Yeah, absolutely. And, this is also why you went out and got a Jared McCain at the trade deadline to have just another piece because you know who else is maybe going to be out for game three? Isaiah Joe showed up on the injury report today as doubtful for game three on Saturday for it was listed as personal reasons. So don't know what those are. Hopefully, whatever it is, best thoughts with Isaiah Joe. But there's another
Absolutely.
piece that will be potentially missing from the rotation. Well, you know who can hit threes? Jared McCain.
hmm
So,
Next
you
man
know,
up.
we've got guys ready to go.
hmm
Um, our team is still good enough without J Dub and without Isaiah Joe to go and win. They can sweep this series still without those guys if they need to.
I could
I
see a
have faith
gentleman
in them.
sweep too. I wouldn't have, because going back to Phoenix, I mean, you're going to have energy at home
They
tomorrow. I don't know.
they should win one. Like
Yeah,
there's game one, it was hard to tell because they were really getting their butts kicked.
they were tired.
But game two, you could tell they took that couple days rest and got themselves right and they played with a lot more physicality, a lot
Mhm.
more intentionality, a lot more force than they had in game one. Um, the problem is their guys cannot defend as well as our guys, and they foul and they get and and that
Fouls.
creates a whole other
Hmm.
narrative that became
What?
the new narrative of the week that's kind of been the narrative all year, but now it's being applied to like the team as a whole somehow. Not just Shea having a special whistle, but the Thunder as a team have a special whistle. And we fans of the Thunder just can't see it because we have thunder derangement syndrome.
The $35,000 complaint from the star from the Phoenix Suns. And I know you mentioned it multiple places. I saw it. Like, really, the NBA is in and fixing it for a team in the small market that is what, number 8 in jerseys for the MVP? Like,
Yeah,
give me
Shea's
a
number
break.
8 in jersey sales, and the Thunder the third smallest TV market. Like, no, I don't
All
think
in
they're
for that.
I don't think they're rigging it for the Thunder.
But there was a player from the Suns that came out today and he said, "Look, there's a lot of talk going on, but that that's not why we're down 2-0.
No.
It's not the refs. That's not why we're down 2-0." And I wish I could remember his name, but he's out there.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show and a lot of it's recency bias and a lot of it's headlines and snippets and not watching the game. And
Well, it's particularly coming from Suns fans, and then it was coming from Wolves fans
oh yeah.
who for some reason, man, I like the Wolves. Like,
I know you
so this
do.
is coming from somebody who, like, when they're not playing for the Thunder, I'm
Mhm.
rooting for them. But
Yeah.
I'm telling
Look,
you, from Coach Finch on down, that organization is just obsessed that the refs are out to get them somehow. And it's such loser behavior and loser mentality that I think gets in the way of them just enjoying the good they have in front of them.
I know, and they could have such goodwill for most of their team.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this, and I will not repeat it because it's paining me to say this, but Rudy Gobert
It's
is
playing
doing a
amazing.
yeah, he is, and I don't want to admit it, but it's true, and I'm never going to repeat it, and that's all.
I
But
dislike him. He's playing phenomenal in this series against the Nuggets.
now, is it he's playing phenomenal on Jokic, or is Jokic just having a bad series? That
I
was so embarrassing. They had 11 points in the first quarter. In the
I
last
think it's Rudy. I think so one thing about him, and it's one thing that's kind of annoying, is like the degree to which like winning those awards, like he takes it personally.
hmm
He was apparently from local Minnesota reporters. He was furious that he was not a top three finalist for Defensive Player of the Year.
Really?
And
I
so
mean, it's not surprising.
I think he has taken that out on Jokic because he's had some games in his past where Jokic kind of gave him the business.
hmm
And I think he's taken it out on him in this series and really trying to put his stamp on it.
I just, I mean, I still think the Nugs will pull this series out. But if they don't, and we manage to get past Phoenix again, you know,
If they pull
can
it
they?
out, it's going seven.
Right. But I'm future thinking, I'm future casting. Can the Wolves get past the Spurs if the Spurs win?
I think, If they can get past the Nuggets, they can get past the Spurs, in my opinion.
But I don't know because if they have to work extra hard and go 7 games with the Nugs, and the Spurs are not going seven in their series.
Are they not? I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't think so.
They
When
are
Wimby comes
they
back,
did that 1-1 after 2 games.
yeah, but I mean, as much as impact that Wimby has, when Wimby comes back from his 48-hour concussion protocol, 48 hours for another story.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. That's what I mean.
Um,
This week has been insane.
so much has happened. Hawks are up 2-1 on the Knicks.
I have a Mavs fan friend that told me before any of the season starts, he goes, I want chaos. I want the Hawks to take the Knicks out. And I said, you are a chaos goblin.
Yeah.
I said, but honestly, that would be amusing to see because it's the underestimated and everybody has already got the Knicks moving on from before anything
I
started.
know I did.
But I mean, he keeps texting me, and he was like, "Remember where you heard it first?" And I'm like, "I know, dude.
That was
I
a
got
whole
it.
different Hawks team, even. Like, they still had
Yeah,
Trey Young at that point. They had
I know."
Kristaps Porzingis. Like, it was a different looking team.
But there's so many 1-1 games right now. Now, couldn't be my team, but I mean, there are so many 1-1 series, and it's
Yeah,
just interesting. And injuries is having such an impact, it really
it
is.
is. Yeah.
I'll talk about the Rockets, KD not playing tonight against the Lakers.
Down
Lakers,
2-0, game 3 in Houston, Friday night. No KD. Austin Reeves may be coming back. I
I
was
think
hearing.
I think I heard before we came on, I think I heard that he was out.
He was questionable during the day today, I knew. So
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, he's getting close. Like
But
they've
injuries has
upgraded
got
him to
what KD.
questionable.
He got hurt in practice.
I
He
know.
got the bruise in practice and then twisted the ankle. Like KD is again, what is this pod? Why am I complimenting these people? KD is so good, but he's also a 37-year-old competing with some younger guys.
Who had to play heavy minutes and carry that team on his back all year.
Yeah,
And now we're seeing it, just how much they do not look like a good team without him.
right.
Um,
And so here they go into game 3 with the
the
Lakers,
Lakers may end up sweeping.
which did anyone think that? No, I don't
I
think so
thought the
because
Rockets
everybody,
got lucky because I thought both teams were kind of in bad shape going into round one. And I
yeah,
was like, well, the Rockets have KD and the Lakers have no Reeves or Luca, so probably the Rockets by default, just because they have like
well, you got 41-year-old LeBron in LA, 37 out here in Houston, and those are your marquee stars. And it's like
right? What is
one
this,
of them,
2011?
I know exactly. Hello? Hello. We got Round Ball Rock back, and now we're so I didn't expect a lot out of that first series, mostly because I was super happy the way that the bracket fell.
I will take the Lakers in round two. That'd be great. We
I
averaged like a 30-point victory against them this year.
mhm. I mean, I'd take the Rockets too, just for the storyline of, the player, but
Yeah.
for actual play, I'll take the Lake. I don't have a problem with either team, and they're both strong enough to have made it into the playoffs. I've got to give them that, and
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
probably all I'm gonna give them.
And thank you, Denver, for taking that 3 seed for us. We really appreciate you
Love
going through Minnesota. Starting out against
life.
Minnesota with the hopes of taking on San Antonio in round two. Just good
Bless their
job.
heart.
We love
Just,
it.
as a lifelong 3 day Nugget fan, I salute you for your service.
Good job,
She,
y'all.
she says with tongue very firmly in cheek, knowing anything can happen in basketball and the Suns, we're going back to the Suns. We're going to
Yeah.
Arizona.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's an afternoon game tomorrow at 2:30, and this
Hmm.
class I'm in this week
Oh my.
is 8 to 5:30 tomorrow again for my final
Mm.
day. So I will not be able to watch the game very well live tomorrow. I'll probably have it on my phone on the side of the computer.
Well, you'll be in luck because I will do a post-game wrap that recaps it and you can catch up with that
I can catch up on all the juicy gossip in the post-game wrap, hopefully with a W.
with a W. Yeah, that's what I hope too. I don't know.
So,
My raps kind of crack me up because I do try to catch quotes and I'm not, you all know me. I'm not doing box scores completely. I do mention them because they are important and they are a factor, but I love my quotes. I love the talking. I love all of it. I don't know. It's fun. I don't know.
speaking of stats, though, who keeps taking blocks away from Chet? Because, like, they said in game two the other night, they had that stat about him having 4 blocks in a quarter.
Uh-huh.
He definitely got another block in the fourth quarter. I remember seeing it.
Yeah.
But the
I don't
stat
know.
box at the end still just said 4 blocks for the game. And like, I swear he got 5. I saw a fifth one.
Who else? Who else had blocks that night? I know Shay. Shay actually did.
Shea gets one or so a game. Like
Yeah,
that's
he's one or two. I don't know.
again,
Did
that's why
AJ have
he's
a
the
block?
MVP because he does play defense, y'all.
I
Like
know.
he blocked Wimby in one of those Spurs games.
I know.
Like
I thought maybe it was AJ, but AJ took some steals that Kaysen didn't happen to grab.
well, and J-Dub had a block early in the game, and
Hmm.
Chet was actually kind of hot garbage on defense in the first half, but
Yeah.
then came out in the third quarter and just was like, all right, I'm like rezoned in, like we're doing this.
Okay, we're gonna do this now.
Yeah,
So, okay, I'm here. I'm here. I'm warmed up now.
you know, these are human beings. They're gonna
Mhm.
have a half here and there where they just don't look as good sometimes. Like we're
But
not
we
always our
know.
best every day at work.
No, that's true. 20% Monday, 15% Tuesday. Sorry. But speaking of Chet and his defense, in the non-biggest surprise of the year, Wimby was announced as the defensive player of the year. However, our Cheddar came in second place with a nice handy set of votes.
Yeah, he came in like a solid second. Like it
Right.
was Wimby was the clear number one. Chet was like
Unanimous.
absolutely the clear number two. And
Yeah.
then there
And
was
then
a
there was a
bun
draw.
then there was a massive drop off to the like all the other positions.
Yeah. Which, I mean, good on him. And but I think that sets Chet up for all NBA and probably first team defense,
Yeah.
And I think it's just great for him to be recognized because he has improved so much.
And
Again, Shay talking
speaking of
about it.
quotes,
Speaking of quotes,
well,
Shay saying that since Chet has started playing for the Thunder, they have always been the first seed in the West.
and that's true.
Absolutely. I know.
That's true.
I love it.
He really does anchor everything they do defensively. And his ability to just even make up for if they make a mistake or a late rotation, his ability to make up that distance so quickly and still get a block shot out of nowhere.
No, his reaction, his quick reaction, back up. And it just you see he recovered a lot of things,
Yeah.
that you wouldn't expect just because of his reflexes.
Yeah. And to the degree that there might be a rivalry for Chet and Wimby, it might be a rivalry for DPOY for the next several years. And it might just
Yeah.
be if they're both healthy, then it's going to be Wimby. And if one of them gets hurt, that's like maybe going to be a deciding factor.
Yeah. Which I, I won't have a problem watching that, watching them,
Battle it
continue to
out
spar like
for
that. Yeah. Of
DPOY. Yeah.
course, they still look like giraffes to each other. And then for those listening, I'm doing hand fake bad giraffes. Um,
Yes. So, well, what a week. Also, we had the Hartenstein documentary did come out on Sunday.
yeah.
Very good. If you haven't seen it yet, go to Isaiah Hartenstein's YouTube page. And it's only like 16 or 17 minutes long. It's not,
Mhm.
you don't have to invest your whole evening in it or anything. But it's a nice tribute to April 19th in Oklahoma City and just the history of that and how important that is to the identity and character of the city. And I know I cried during it, and you might as well. Um,
I
and
won't admit it, but yeah, no, yeah. But the thing about it is it's not just important for Thunder fans. I know that you and I both promoted it, and we had people that came back to us that are not from the Thunder fan base. Tall, skinny Ben, definitely,
Mhm.
came back and he said, "Look, I didn't know," and it's very moving, and he appreciated that he had the opportunity to watch it. So it's not just Thunder, it's people, it's Oklahoma, it's the
And
Oklahoma
especially
Standard.
for the younger fans and the younger folks, like, Isaiah Hartenstein mentioned, like, this happened before he was even really alive. Like,
Oh, like that just, of course,
like,
I cringed. It's been 31 years. So
yeah.
the majority of our team was not even, a twinkle in anybody's eye.
At most, we have some folks on the team who were toddlers, basically, when this happened.
I
So
think AC was still Unk back then too, but I mean, the point stands.
probably had the little headband even when he was like 2 years old.
Yeah, probably.
You know, so yeah, we got to remember that there's a whole lot of folks who like they don't have that frame of reference that we have of that happening at moments where we viscerally remember that. So,
But I think it's still so important that Samuel continues to bring all of the new players and show them this as part of their introduction to Oklahoma City.
yeah, and I know we saw comments around threads. Well, why aren't they doing the First Americans Museum and this and that? Well, for one, the First Americans Museum only opened like what, a year or two ago, so
Yeah, it wasn't very
it's
because it
it's a
sat stagnant
very
for so
new
long.
addition to the city.
Yeah.
They have done events there. They do Native Heritage Nights. They do introduce the players to that part of Oklahoma's culture as well. Like that's not
Look at our floor and our city jerseys that they
yeah.
played in the finals with just the other night.
Yeah, so in final, you mean in the playoffs, but we're not in the finals yet.
Sorry, Freudian slip of the tongue of, I try to rein it in, guys, but
But
don't.
but trust us, they do that work too. Like that's not left out. This is an organization that is very intentional in how they bring people into the organization, how they bring them in to be a part of Oklahoma, and it is, it's just that the bombing truly is a fundamental piece of Oklahoma City's culture and identity and how we got to where we are today. And so, I'm glad that they do that.
Yeah. So if you get a chance to watch it, you should definitely seek it out. We've linked it on Threads. You can go directly to iHeart's YouTube page. The Oklahoma City Thunder page has a link to it too. So
And then
yeah,
apparently on Sunday on ESPN, they
I
also
saw
have
that.
a new special coming out. I think it's their E60 special or something.
Hmm.
Also going to be about the Oklahoma City bombing and the memorial and that whole part of how that helped create where we are today as a city. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, that'll be good. Some people will say, well, there's just so much attention to it, but there's so many facets and so many ways that it impacted people, the city, the community, the financial base of Oklahoma City, like things that don't always get thought about, I mean, you think bomb, people, buildings,
Yeah.
and it's such a ripple effect. And the more attention, especially nowadays, to draw attention to anger and what things can
Were
happen.
you living in the city in 95 when that happened, or would you
I
have
was.
already? Okay.
No, I lived here. I heard it.
You would have been in your 20s, because I was like 15, I think. Yeah, 15.
Yeah, I was in my 20s. Wow, me too. Um And, we heard it that day. And my office was downtown, not full downtown. I was at like 30th and Class, and so I was 30 blocks of downtown. And when it happened, you know, we honestly thought that it was a sonic boom from one of the jets out at Tinker.
Yeah, because
So
they
I'm getting
they would
ready. I'm
occasion somebody would occasionally break protocol.
right. I mean, it happens. And I mean, I was getting ready in the bathroom. It was a typical beautiful day, nothing going on, I'm sitting there and you hear it, and because I had worked on the F-16s, that was my initial thought. There was, somebody broke the sound barrier, somebody boomed, and that's what I thought it was. But then the radio, I was listening to a local morning program, and they start talking about it. And so I like hurry up and get ready and get in the car and drive down to the office. And I'm hearing everything, because then you start thinking about, okay, are we going to, how can we help? Do we need to go down there? Are we far enough back? Are there going to be secondary bombs? I mean, what's going to happen now? You
Yeah.
know, and it was hard to get downtown, even though I was still north of downtown. It was just such a hectic day, and it just went on, and it just impacted downtown and travel around town, and even before the memorial was built, I mean, you still have the rubble, you still have all these things, and anyway, and
Yeah.
I did. I lost a cousin. And you won't know anybody around town that wasn't impacted in some fashion. And we're talking about it, so I'm just going to say it. I don't go down to the memorial itself, um, because to me the memorial is for, and this is just me, it's more for people who want to come and experience and see what it's about, who were not directly impacted. I think people that were directly impacted tend to remember their people elsewhere, but do recognize the need and the importance of the memorial.
Yeah. I can understand that. Luckily, I
So,
did not lose any family members. Um, I was a student at Brink Junior High
mhm.
in far south Oklahoma City. And I remember an announcement came over the intercom in my second hour keyboarding class about 5 minutes into class. And they said, if you have parents who worked at the Alfred Murrah Federal Building, please come down to the office. Some jackass in my class who thought he was just being funny was like, what, did it blow up or something?
No.
Yeah. And the teacher shot him a glare
Oh
that was just
no.
like, oh shit, like maybe, right? And then about a half hour later, before the end of that period, the principal came back on the intercom to tell us there had been an explosion downtown. That's why they wanted to get the kids whose parents did work in and around the building to come down
Mhm.
first so they could be talked to privately before they shared it out widely with the rest of the school.
Yeah,
And then
understandable.
Brink, for anybody who, went to more schools, a lot of the middle schools have open walkways, like the hallways aren't enclosed, like they're just open outdoor walkways. So we all looked towards downtown between classes and saw the big black smoke hanging over downtown that day. And they actually did not let any teachers in the building have TVs in their room that day, even if like they were supposed to have had it checked out for a legitimate reason. They were like, nope,
Yeah,
don't. We don't want the kids
yeah.
even like looking at this all day. Like, just no.
I think schools learned with live TV and tragedy with the Challenger that I
Yeah.
also. Oh, but
So my
have you
mom
ever?
did go spend a week serving meals to the rescue workers.
Hmm, I'm sure
And
that
my
was appreciated.
stepdad was retired OCPD, so they actually called him back up from reserves to work the perimeter as security during the rescue efforts. So that's how it more personally impacted me. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It's it's just like the Thunder. I'm sorry, I'm going to tie this back. It's all hands on deck. It's next man up. It's the Oklahoma Standard. Like at the core, we want to help each other, and
yeah.
it's important. And I think it's great that these media um, opportunities are coming for people to see. Now, have you ever been to DC when the museum was open out there?
I missed the museum. I did not get to go check that
I
out.
loved it. I loved it. My information overload brain was so happy when I walked in. Um, but they had a display about the bombing. They had reporters' notebooks there. They had a car. They had a whole bunch of just a whole bunch of I don't want to call it memorabilia, but it's tokens of remembrance of things that happened.
Yeah.
And it told an interesting story, even for somebody who lived here and got to see it, see the daily reporting. It was still interesting to see what they thought was most important and relevant to show people to explain what happened.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I wish I had
That's why
gotten
I
a
said
chance to see that.
that's, I wish, I wish it had like a touring exhibit, but the memorial that's down there now in the museum is such I've heard such great things about it. So seriously, if anyone's interested and hasn't taken the time to go down there and see the remembrance, it would be a good thing.
As my Aunt Martha would say, it's a good thing.
It's a good thing. And you know what else is going to be a good thing? I know you're not going to get to see it, but tomorrow's game should be really good.
I'll have it up on my phone. I'll be able to see it on the small screen.
You may be getting updates just random, if something happens.
I do have to do a mock mediation at some point during it, so I won't be able to pay close attention, but it'll be
Well, we'll
good.
see. Next man up.
It'll be
Well,
fun.
I think and this is what I really truly think about J-Dub being out besides it sucks is we can win without J-Dub. We've proven it. He only played in
Mhm.
33 games in the season. First in the West. We can win without J-Dub. He just makes it easier.
He makes it
So
easier and more fun.
he's a hoot to watch when he's rolling and oh, yeah.
I
So I'm
love his
excited to see
energy that he brings to the floor, so we will miss it.
we will, but it also, again, it's an opportunity. I can't wait to see AJ step up and now Jared McCain and his opportunities to come in. And I know that Nikki T is going to get some more playoff minutes.
Nikki T playoff minutes. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's
Uh,
fun. I'm
give me
excited.
more
I'm
Nikki
enjoying
T to J Mac. I'll take it.
all day long. I will take that. You know how many times I watch that clip? I don't have enough fingers and toes to even count it off.
All
So
right,
many.
y'all. It's been a
Sorry.
good, fun week again. Um, from your favorite Thunder aunties, thank you for joining us on another episode. And we will be back next week. We might be waiting to see who we play in round two. We might be playing in this series still. Who knows? We'll find out. That's the fun thing about sports. We don't know.
No, we don't.
So,
So,
all right, y'all. Make sure subscribe, like, hype, give us all the 5 stars, all that good stuff. Keep listening. Let's keep building this cool, fun, inclusive, loving Thunder community. And peace and Thunder up, y'all.
bye, guys.